ene enso that's from kwa obade ede adum ye no ntino aseda na yede ema ene yawada yatena sesabre de munim say diligent woman ena mede ebre mu se ne yawada bia ye no I bring your way a woman that will share her story, that will motivate you, that will inspire you to move on, to do more in whatever you are doing. And then so no, I have another diligent woman with me who is also going to share her story with us. Na ansana me de me diligent woman for the week ebe chere ne ebe kwakoda yaboafo nyina ase de aseda ema Leran collections ono enopa matare ema me Leran ewo bubuashi Mango Lane oben bubuashi EP church no eho ena owo ana tema community 25 Deaf Traco main gate no opposite eho ena Leran collections ewo entino obetumi akoho na wonso wasiesie ho fefefe sene me ho ayefa me de dwumedie ebrewi abena bia enemy de yeba koda yaboafo ase na yeba I will introduce to you my diligent woman for the week. Yeba sisia.
Are you looking for a one-stop shop for all your household needs? Then look no further than Jodone Home for your stylish curtains, bed sheets, towels, armrests, blenders, pressure cookers, anything home. Then Jodone is the best place for you. For your interior and exterior decors, Jodone got you covered. Locate us at Osu Farikomo behind Papaya Restaurant just beside Blue Gates. Contact us on 0244 589099 0243 236 138. Jodone Home. Only God gives.
Grace Shito and American for Eddie Amount Sabre. Amazing Grace Shito American one semi. Ewo mu ahodo bebre. Nantwina mo de, gizzard de. Na so you be so wanum eya wo den so de a. Ye wo bi wo ho a na mama bobo su nyina bi ewom. Amazing Grace Shito ne nso no. Ne meko no eda fom boko. Obia tumi edibi. Se wo pe bi ato a obenya bi ewo ANC shopping mall. Okan shijom Tema station. Anase supermarket bi a eben wo bia. Se wo pe dodo atu anase wo pe bi nso etu atonwa wo de wani ebe kire Osu Kwashi Tailors echi hope eho na Amazing Grace Shito ye wo obetumi afre yen ewa homa trufo yi so 0555 799960 ana 0203 769821 ana 0208 974857. Baby bia owo ewo maga na mu a wo peshito ni bi ye free delivery e de amount. Amazing Grace Shito edemu ba ko pe obia to me dibi. Welcome back from that quick break. Yaboafo nyina yadamo Jodone Home Amazing Grace. Yankopon enhra mo se de bia mo so yasen na yade dwumedie ebre. Won so se kan wakoma na opese obekan ye ho a. Our doors are always open. You can always contact us and be part of the winning team. My diligent woman for the week is a very special one. In fact, every week I bring you a special one. We're a very special. My diligent woman for the week is Professor Awo Mana Esiedu. She is the acting dean of the School of Performing Arts, University of Ghana, Legon. In Crawford, the only university of Ghana. And you know, she is my diligent woman for the week. Mommy, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. What an honor.
Me patro se bibi aboko.
Eradiadom.
Yeda Yesu ase. Yemfa professor no ne ade ne ntonche na fe yen starting fee a woman na ho.
Patro.
Yen starting fee a woman na wow for ne ho en for na hefa na ye wo. How did life begin for you?
Well, me papa di Dr. Victor Kobla Ametefi.
Okay.
Then mommy Mrs. Selina Maulolo Ametefi. Oh. And by God's grace,
wow.
In their late 80s. Now me I do my papa be 90 next year.
Wow.
Then mommy 88 say. So I'm very blessed.
Blessed. Wow.
Yeah, wo me wo Angloga in the Volta region many years ago.
And so Becca said, oh yeah, I'm not of it. Oh,
Me, I'm no woman.
Okay.
Yes, and me, now my parents are teachers were, and the honor ye wo me, and me di 7 years, and me papa a fig Angloga ye call Winneba. By then, now wa koye ne masters. It's now when you juma wo ATTC. Then Advanced Teachers Training College.
Okay.
Ewo Winneba. Into a movie called Winneba. Into now me mami so try de wo. Into Winneba no yet now ho 1 year or so. Say me 8 years now you moving to Cape Coast University.
Okay.
Or juma or Cape Coast University. Into ye fee Winneba Echo Cape Coast.
Wow.
Into a honor. I did much of my primary education.
A hokra na obesha da ehun life ni ye after 8 years after na we ni ate.
But my memories of Angloga are very vivid also. Because now at a point me papa to kwan koye ne masters. Nti na ye wo me grandmother fie.
Okay.
Me ni me mama nti na me cousins bebre na ye nya ete fie back home. Nti na it was a very happy and fun childhood. We always remember our grandmother, you know, those days no won share papa go school. Nti mo frank nkete ye go school, ye nante go school in the hot sun. Nti ye kwa na me grandmother na wasesa ye pobo egu bowl mu e dia brain was school. Say na be ye befia ye betumi ahye so that we will not burn our feet. Meanwhile no kasa no be barefooted.
Na adenta na mo share papa go school. Nye se papa
say Ghana there we've come from far. First na wo share papa go school. Just say e bia wo obi na obi ni bi.
Okay. So say na be uniform.
Okay. Those early days.
Okay.
So I always have a very memorable I have very good memories of my childhood, you know, with so many cousins and aunties living together and playing together, telling stories on moonlit nights. Those days we didn't have electricity. And so when the moon was out, it was very beautiful, you know. So I have very, very fond memories of Angloga.
Wow.
Growing up.
Wow.
Yes.
Grandmothers are always the best.
Very special.
Serious.
My grandmother was so special. I always, when I think back, it's like, how did she do this? She would walk barefooted and bring us our shoes so that we would not get hurt. It's very special indeed, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, and you know what you're saying now, what also saying?
Me parents, me mama and papa more 5 girls.
Girls
And Kwan.
Wow.
And mini number 4.
Wow.
Their friend Mana.
Okay.
Yes, but I have half brothers.
Okay.
Me papa or 4 boys in addition. So we are 9.
9.
You know.
4 strong boys and 5 strong
women.
Yes.
Yes.
And if you obey the pa. So let's see. Cape Coast 8 years. A whole year of primary education. Who call primary school when
University Primary.
Okay.
University Primary School. By the time I finished primary school, I had 12 years no. Now my papa sang back to school to do his PhD. Into my name is last born. They could join in for 2 years. And so I did 2 years of my early middle school in the US.
Okay.
And from then, I think when I was about 14 or so, we came back to Ghana and I went to Wesley Girls High School. Yes. So I came from the US and went to Wesley Girls High School for 7 years, 7 wonderful years. Now I'm saying go for secondary school. I'm on Pekra and I'm here, but I really enjoyed my secondary school days.
I always say I said secondary school na school among all the schools because I wanna say what I say when you so emra or hon so you say you mra so. It makes it interesting.
And I mean, I guess Wesley Girls almost my feeling at home. You know, those days now other schools almost share house dresses near there, but and share house dresses. Move to me, I would dress. Just that you couldn't take more than 7 outfits to school. Just say they wanted you to keep it. Even those people would smuggle extra clothes, but teenagers did.
They always
find ways.
And the money here, they know. Yes, I didn't mean yes. So Wesley Girls, how was school? How
as I said, school was fun. I enjoyed school. I mean, being away from home with friends, you know, but the discipline was also there. I mean, our teachers were very diligent. I think I owe a lot to my teachers in those days because you are trying to discover yourself. Who nim Papa Binade. Meanwhile, me for US ba no na me ya de pa was school. Inti ba me bedru Ghana no na me hu say, "Hey, say na addition e dey." In fact, yeah, but me papa ka tell me say, "Mama dream say America for education amenya AA no because Ghana besa," and he was so right because middle Ghana na your education system those days na pa. I mean the quality was higher. And in fact, yeah, by no na say me call Form 2 because now my classmates are major call US not more Form 2. But na headmistress say there be from her past experiences no. I say me call Form 1. And na me ya pa, na me classmates no. Me juniors. And I me former classmates na call me seniors. I wasn't too happy about that, but in the end, I really appreciated what the headmistress did.
Yeah, sure. You have experienced, say, an American school and a Ghana school. What's the difference? How different?
Oh, yeah. This was in the 70s. Those days, no American for no, not a compulsory. Some co school.
Okay.
One co schooler. You bet me at two parents at home. Until now, Colano, now almost fun serious.
Okay.
Now they're very serious with their education. Say, a few of them, of course, will be serious. Say, make a public school. And you know, now. Because
most of them were not serious.
So
the little effort
serious.
you put
make,
in,
then you shine. And you know, but they had a privilege they didn't recognize because now more free. Your mind lunch is so free. BBR free. But now they didn't appreciate it. But and I felt it was quite easy, but it wasn't easy on the social front. Say maybe I wouldn't have attitude, but even it was even strange. One year, before crown, now almost feels like free Africa. We are inferior, be you know. So and then as an early teenager, so those days it was quite difficult, you know, adjusting and making friends. It was very difficult, but by God's grace, we went through it. Yeah. But it's good to be back. I'm so happy that my parents brought me back. Yes,
wow.
Yes.
Into Wesley Girls, it was different. How different was it?
Well, in the first place, it was an all-girls school.
Okay.
So that was one. And then it was more regimented. So, who a Rising Bell. After Rising Bell, you know, go and clean bathrooms and
sweeping, scrubbing.
And the water is not always flowing. So, and a senior Sibe Bully Ukakra, those days, Form 1.
Sometimes the seniors no more seniors.
No more seniors,
because no one you.
At least they looked very old. But I mean, I'm bullying idiot. Oh, the bum so I made the best.
No any heading.
No many heading. In those days, but and then after that, you know, we call classes for 2 periods. If I remember correctly, it's a long time ago. And after that, I call breakfast. I call classes. We classes, I did lunch, we siesta, and was compulsory say ubeda siesta, and I say ubeda umpano. So then after siesta, you call. Then you have a little free time. Then prep. Yeah. After prep, right? Light out, you know, by 8:40. I think juniors, Form 1 to 5, 8:40. Now I'm saying seniors in 9:20 a day. I don't even know. It was regimented and was controlled. But you still had your freedom. So I liked it. It helped me to grow in some disciplines, you know. So
I spoke to one person who also went to Wesley Girls. Now, or can say Wesley Girls. Send your Ben to cry a bit. Did you also experience that?
Well, son, almost yeah. But you don't have to follow it. You know, sometimes some people tell me that you don't look like you don't behave like a Wesley Girls. Guys, how do they behave? You know, but you know, those days it's true. I mean, there was some you had to walk with your hands like this and like this. With your chest out
up,
and,
with a straight shoulder.
You had to be like a lady, as it were. You know, but those were just extra things that You know, but I think one of the things that Wesley Girls Year Mommy was to build my confidence as a woman. You know, I remember our headmistress, she became headmistress when in Form 4, Mrs. Achampon, Rosina Achampon. She would say to us, there's nothing that the boys can do that you cannot do. You know, anything those boys can do, you can also do. You know, so she boosted our confidence. In our being female. Even though I must say, coming from those days, my brothers are much younger than us. Those days were all girls. And my father never made us feel like we lacked anything because we were girls.
We were girls. Okay.
Yeah, so I remember he even bought a T-shirt for my younger sister, who turns 50 today. Happy birthday, Abla.
Oh, Abna too.
She's Abla.
My name,
yes.
Abla. Okay,
Yes.
Abna. We are all the same. Happy birthday.
Yeah, so he bought her a T-shirt when she was quite a little girl that read, anything boys can do, girls can do better.
Wow.
You know, so at home, at school, there was nothing that would make you feel like you are less because you're a woman or you're a girl. So, yeah.
What kind of classmates in Wesley Girls?
Of course, of course. Or we still
I know that you still have contact.
We have a platform and we get together from time to time. Coffee day, Nama. Yeah, meetings now, yeah, online, you know, but of course I have lifelong sisters. Lifelong sisters from Wesley Girls, yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. So after Wesley Girls, you did both O and A level?
Yes,
at
I
Wesley
did.
Girls.
I did. 7 years, yeah.
Wow. After Wesley Girls?
Then I came to Legon. I came to the University of Ghana. Me by na me pe literature pa. Into na me pe literature. That's all I knew. I wanted to do English literature, but and I by no mama me English literature, linguistics and theater arts. But not theater arts, and I mean anything about it really. Those days, no almost friend theater arts. One year performing arts, almost friend dondology. Into now, my classmates, I mean, you free Wesley Girls, people who say, hey, now what about invest you by dondology? You know, so it was like, what is this? That mean my quarantine.
As a dinner cry.
Very now people were looking down. On the performing arts. I even tried to change. And now my older cousin be tried there. Into me come home say, boy me na me sisa theater arts no enko be before. Into now or they make call modern languages. Me a French insist from French. Into now say me enko modern languages. Na enko just say meet me asisa. To a language, I mean, person me French because French dey me brave. But I say be another language. Be over. Say meet me here. Into your core head of department no hono catch me say. Some of the most confident people I know did theater. You don't even know what it is. You go and try it and see. Ebia over corona wakope. And he wouldn't advise me to change. That was a very wise man. Because you buy first term, those are not terms. Okay. You know, those are not 3 years. After 3 years investing, they are terms, 3 terms. First term, no, you better start a programming. Na me say meaning post bibi was anka me choose see.
Wow.
You know, because I enjoyed it so much and I thought it was like set missing me per literature and theater is really drama and then there are the practical aspects of it like acting, you know, and we had this class acting technique and then it was so much fun. I'm saying, na day one I'm missing me pay, and I'm my back and I'm the dean of the School of Performing Arts. I didn't I mean, this is what he wanted me to do. So I got stuck with theater. I just fell in love with the School of Performing Arts and theater arts, you know. So as I was saying, I just felt that this is what God wanted me to be.
Now, yeah, sure time o pesa was a son no o call na you two for semens son. How did you take it?
Well, I mean, I just you know, so those days we say first year now we made me a drop subject in the second year. Until now it was like, well, okay, me dem after the first year me made me a drop. So that was what was in my head. Okay. But as it would turn out, I ended up combining theater arts with English literature in the end. And after Legon, so maybe be a TA for a year. Now maybe I know so no na my master's in adult education. Those days, na year masters were School of Performing Arts. Then started master's program.
Okay.
But now me lecture back Mr. Sandy Akest. No, so anka me to me ko ye meaning in a national service, be any teaching assistant. Into me and also me to me ko ye masters in adult education. Ebi a umbe family as a lecturer because now in adult education, now me ko ye using drama for education.
Okay.
Into me thesis area no was on how television drama could aid in adult education. So I was able to combine education and the drama. Into me we na all my family as a lecturer.
Wow.
Yeah. In 1994.
1994. I started lecturing.
And I started lecturing.
Wow. But yes, your course na as when you shut down je ho I say o started first when you be je ho. Then particular part na ma when you je ho.
As I said, na me per literature, na me need literature ho, especially poetry. But so you know, literature has drama and prose near there. In the Hano night, what we're doing was really drama. Say we're studying plays and we're acting plays.
Okay.
You see, so the plays were coming alive through acting. Okay, so and it was so much fun. So you are enjoying what you're doing. And it wasn't dry. Just reading books.
Okay.
Well, of course, we're reading books as well, but the practical side, the performance, you know, acting, it was wonderful. And then seeing that you can even use it to educate people, you know, using theater for development. This is where I had to be. I mean.
Yeah, and focus a School of Performing Arts for acting. No, usually. It doesn't really come out natural. How true is that? Because I hear people
saying that.
Yeah, I say it's more of a scripted acting than something coming natural.
Well, there are different ways of acting. Let me put it that way. And there are different types of drama.
Okay.
Okay. We have what we call theater for development, as I've said, where we go into communities and creates plays with the communities and and to address issues in the communities. That one, and then we often do it in the local languages.
Okay.
So that's theater for development or community theater or what have you. Then we also have the staged plays, like we do Western plays, like we've done Shakespeare here, we've done Ibsen, those European writers. We've also done African writers. You know, our own Efo Sutherland, Amata Edu, yes, all those things. So it depends on the kind of play it is.
Okay.
Okay. Me and Kasampo, yeah, research be a many my colleagues, me be a research be a who say, we shall most of the time no ye de brofo na ye de yes our place. And a brofo so no enya first language.
Yeah.
And you know, yeah who say. School, me cramming old school, no, na ebi a year production be na you say o lines be o kaswa na o actions no emba papa. Yet me catch all that can't work local language. And it's amazing. For mo can't ebi a oya unini na o can't some no in anguna. Obe who said ne action ni bibi ano because that is so natural to them. And sometimes no the language English no to me. Yeah, a hindrance.
Okay.
And into maybe as I was lines no in English. Then I will bust stage over can English. Maybe na and flow papa. Maybe na also won't kai lines. Papa. So all those things can affect the way that you're acting. And you know, any can. But I think generally, sometimes people should come and see what we do here. Sometimes it can be really good. The students are very good. I miss those days when we used to take our productions to town. I don't know how old you are. Whether you remember,
yeah.
The School of Performing Arts, we used to have these theater seasons in the late 80s, early 90s. But due to some factors, we are talking about trying to see if we can revive it now.
We wish it could be revived, but on that note, let's go for a quick commercial break. So if really we are going to revive all these theaters, because we're enjoying it. Yeah, what's it say?
one-stop shop for all your household needs? Then look no further than Diodune Home for your stylish curtains, bedsheets, towels, armrests, blenders, pressure cookers, anything home. Then Diodune is the best place for you. For your interior and exterior decors, Diodune got you covered. Locate us at Osu Fariko Mall behind Papaya Restaurant just beside Blue Gates. Contact us on 0244 589099 0243 236 138. Diodune Home. Only God gives.
Welcome back from that quick break. Nyankopon Israel say when you were feeding no free. This is still Kasi TV, the only TV station that changes lives through Christ. Now still share the Diligent Woman show with yours truly, Bakope. I am still talking to Professor Awo Mana Esiedu, acting dean of the School of Performing Arts. Now you were talking about trying to revive that theater,
yes,
whatever.
What
will it take?
Well, I guess funding is always an issue. Because now no time at school for no call on the holidays. Since you say a person but na I say almost so. And the funding for doing that, a problem kakra. And we have to find ways of getting sponsors.
Okay.
Because sometimes we do very wonderful productions here. But baby and to be an say side. It's only for the university community. And now we share. Yeah. And I'm saying Ghana for so much agra Emma almost 3 baby.
Okay.
On per comedy.
Something that will relieve some stress.
But sometimes some of the plays are serious and they require you to think along with it.
Okay.
And it's not all just laughter and laughter. So there are different kinds of plays. Concert party. The popular theatre and others are comedies. And even though they also teach lessons, but they are not. The ways they go about it are different from if you're doing a scripted play. Whose lines are so there are differences. But the answer they are very good. Powerful plays. Amatedu's Anoa, for example, I think is something. I say Ghana phobia.
Okay.
Talking about the slave trade, and all of that. They are all very powerful plays.
Wow.
But Muhammad Ben Abdallah, also actual very wonderful plays. Matinosu, and many others. Nyame Buana it me revive will be a bit more obvious on the Ghanaian scene.
we wish it will be revived and very soon as well.
Yes.
Enti o masters nso ye o Legon here.
Me here wo Legon here. And I make can say after my masters I starting semi-try there. But interview now me and catch me right there say me name say me a PhD because now saying University of Ghana we need PhD want to me a lecturer.
Okay.
Those days would me a lecturer but after a while you have to do your PhD. In 1999 Nyankopo Adom na me a scholarship to study theatre in the UK.
Okay.
In me call University of Birmingham or Britain. I call me PhD in theatre studies. But it was mainly research based. Now, I did a research into the audiences of theatre in West Africa. And me share Ghana and Nigeria. And me be field work on Ghana and I call Nigeria, so call field work on the audiences. One more share theatre. Then and I then almost expected share those kinds of things. That was my research area. Me PhD in 2003. And I'm by Ghana. Yeah. Meanwhile, in between, I got married.
I was about asking, where did marriage come in?
Okay. In fact, I got married just after my master's.
Okay.
Yeah. So I finished my master's in '93, and I got married in July '93 to a wonderful man, of course.
Wonderful man.
Mr. Ben Esiedu.
Wow.
And by God's grace, we have 2 children.
2.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Our daughter was born in '94, and our son in '96. And to make my PhD, now almost so. na my daughter did 5 years and my son or 3 years.
Okay.
Into me koi without them the first few months, but not any easy, mommy. So maybe my small children were who from one of them, mommy, where are you? Why can't you come away? Into Edinburgh by Radiadum after the first 9 months, you know. And I'm some by Ghana Bay and field work. And Miss Anquan, I'm joining me. Okay. Together with my husband. Okay. That was very stabilizing. I'm joining me now. 2003 na me I move from 2002. Back to Ghana. Because then the last few months I was able to focus and finish quickly and come back. So I came back to teach.
Is your husband also a lecturer?
No, my husband is into administration. Yeah, for many years he worked as a Christian worker with the Ghana Navigators. Navigators, they are people who work with students on small group Bible studies, helping students grow and things like that. Then, but by the time we got married, now he started working with Akrofi Crystalline Institute, which is in Ekropong. Omo training as of for people who are interested in theology at the master's and postgraduate level. But Okoye Juma as their finance officer, then now he's now the registrar. Okay. Until Oye Juma.
Wow. Yeah. So after your PhD, what motivated you to come back to Ghana? Because of your obviously, no. Looking at the the economy of the two nations, maybe a hono will have something. Brown envelope back. So what motivated you to still come back to Ghana?
Two things. I've always felt that I could contribute more to my own country. That was something that I always knew. I mean, maybe having lived in the U.S. as a young person made me realize that there was nothing there that was that appealing for me personally. You know, so I knew even when I was going, I knew I wanted to come back. And the scholarship I got, that was one of the conditions that you come back. Of course, people go and don't come back, but by God's grace, and Eme Kunsubai with Nkolano, he was also eager to come back to Ghana. And apart from that, we wanted our children to grow up in Ghana.
Why?
If you, I mean, out there, as a black person, you're always a second class citizen, from my point of view. You know, Abrofono, Omumbuyen, that much.
Because Bibini Crown who said, hey, oh, you're brony, and only exceptional. But
guardians. So I don't want to live in a society like that. And the value systems that we have, unfortunately, we are also losing some of those values. But at least home is home. In fact, one thing that really made us sure that we didn't want our children to grow there was that my small girl, no, every baby no, or baby said, "Mommy, if we live here long enough, would we become white?" Why would a little girl ask you such a question? It should tell you something. Just where who say we are white, you have an advantage. And now feel say get to her. That was such a good wake up call. Say we had to let her know that there was nothing wrong with being black. And to quickly, I bought her a book that showed that God made all people, black, white, yellow. We are all of value. You know, so she had to learn to be proud of who she was. And it's easier when you are here. I always say that my name is before until they went to the UK. Because when you're here, everybody is the same. You know, you don't really, even when you see a white person, it doesn't really occur to you as they are in the minority. But then you realize, hey, Sarah, there's something different about me. And it may not be a positive thing. But why is it not positive? God made us all. And he made us black and beautiful.
Yes.
You know? So I'm very proud of my you know, so when we came back, we said, hey, your children are not our prof. I said, no. My children are not, they are a before. So Oh, but we Africans, we valorize whiteness.
Yeah.
Obia, they come say, hey, me bro, when they. No. We are black and we should be proud of it. Oh, so for me, I couldn't have lived anywhere. I travel a lot. I can go for conferences, I see them, but I don't want to live there. And I think that those Africans who've chosen to live there have made their own choices. If I have two sisters who lived abroad, they have chosen to live there, but they have to bear with certain things that I personally I cannot bear with.
Not ready for it.
I can't. Yeah, I don't want to be a second-class citizen anyway. I had me feel, and me feel say I had me to me. I contributing my best.
Okay.
I don't need to contribute to someone else's growth when my own country is dead. So
that's
a personal choice.
So you have to be there. Okay. So after your PhD, you were already married with 2 kids, and you came back to Ghana.
Yes.
Still back to Legon.
Yes. Debbie. Yeah. I've worked here all my working life.
What is it with Legon?
Oh, well, I mean, Accra is Ghana. No, I'm just joking. But well, that's where I was nurtured, and that's where. But I lived in Cape Coast too, as I told you. My father taught in the University of Cape Coast.
Because we started with university primary, at least we Kevas, so maybe I can shift to Kohoga.
He said those days not theater program, na here and before they started in Cape Coast and Winneba. So, but somehow I'm a very loyal person.
The only University of Ghana.
Yeah, well.
They say the others are in Ghana, but this is of Ghana.
Wow,
okay.
Yes.
So, working life, how has your work life been?
It's been challenging. It's been interesting. It's been frustrating. It's been all kinds of things. You know,
how challenging, how interesting, and how frustrating.
Yeah,
So
I enjoy the challenges first. Okay, challenging in the sense that I have watched our educational system deteriorate. That's for me. That's the biggest thing. Let me just give an example. Answer number call UK no. Now my largest class, me try no, 40 students. 3.5 years I me call UK buy no. Me buy first year na me buy no. Me try a class of 700 students.
From 40 to 700.
700 between 1999 to 2003.
Wow.
Or early 2004. I was in shock for weeks. I'm saying, how on earth am I going to be teaching 700
students?
And I will call lecture hall.
Yashishani bebre.
Now, obinum cry to unchain war, baby. I will try. How do I do this? Into me, I decided, say, I cannot do this. Into me, check class me to 3. I'm teach the same thing 3 times a week.
Wow.
Because now I just could not teach so many people. Compared to other courses, obinum cry 1,000, 1,500. I'm saying, how are we? The kind of education that we had.
Conference now, must speech, you know.
How do you interact with the students? How do you teach? But the university has tried to cut down the numbers in terms of say course no above a certain number. You're supposed to divide it into 2, so that 2 people will teach it, or while we're teaching it twice, you count it as 2 courses. But it's sometimes it doesn't work.
Wow.
In fact, that is a big challenge. And so, what imagine say, Ube market and Colano work 700 plus. Before the first year, me and when I'm inside me, and I insist. Most program a diligent woman. I believe I'm a diligent woman. Me marking them in friend dear. And there are regulations. To me, my national service ni emboa market. It's against the university regulations. Obino me there. But me yes, graduate assistants, graduate assistant, only the obey me aboa. But you have to supervise.
In fact, let's go for a quick breather. Na yaba ya meshe. This challenge, you know, is it really say and ankora na wu bebre, enipa na wu bebre na what really is causing this challenge? Let's go for a quick break here, but we'll continue the Diligent Woman show. Yeah, but here. Grace Shito and American for Eddie Amount Sabre. Amazing Grace Shito American who wants me. A woman who do a bebre. Nenchinamu dear, Gizzard dear. Na so you'll be so when I will dance so dear. You will be a while. No mamma bobo swing in a womb. Amazing Grace Shito and sono. Nemekono at the phone boko. Obia to me a dibi. Sawu pebi ato. Obenya be our ANC shopping mall. Or kind she jom Tema station. Anasa supermarket bia a ben ubia. Sawu pedu to anasa pebi so etu atonwa wo de wani ebekire osu kwashi tailors echi hope eho and Amazing Grace Shito ye wo wetumi afre yen ewa homa trufo yi so 0555799960 ana 0203769821 ana 0208974857 baby bia wo ewo maga na mu a wo pehito ni bin ye free delivery at the amount. Amazing Grace Shito edemu ba ko pe obia to me dibi. Welcome back from that quick break. I said that and Amedemale Round Collections are obubuashi are opa menema ede emame. My diligent woman for the week is still here with me, and we are coming to you live from the only University of Ghana. Not in Ghana. And the class size has been one of the challenges. And I wanted to know, Ebiana first, before you, in the 90s, let's say, na microphone and school be bring internal class size no firm. And now, why that large class?
I think we say in the 90s educational reforms be. Then I did SSS, JSS, that has increased enrollment.
Okay.
In secondary schools.
Okay.
And now numbers coming to the university so abedos. And I a government university so that sometimes no.
That's the first choice.
To me, in fact, students, even though we try to keep a cap, the students who are applying now, the numbers we take, I think it's disheartening.
Oh.
And so that has increased the numbers.
Okay.
Another thing is that by the time I came back, we introduced a new program, a Bachelor of Fine Arts program, which replaced our diploma course, which also gave an increase in the numbers. And then our Bachelor of Arts program, which I did also. So a combination of factors. And as I say, there is even worse because free SHS is why increasing. Meanwhile, teaching staff, we get opportunity to replace our staff very rarely. Unyas why be say 2 or 3. Meanwhile, if you had more lecturers and even the facilities, if you have more lecturers and you have more lecture rooms, then you can divide them and have everybody take a small portion. It's no idea and the deteriorating nature of our education system. Me there have me pa manka na me boa. Because students be wow, one do level 400, no more try there. Obeka say, hey, now we so okwa eduma ma obeka ni na akwa eduma.
Because the class size is big and lecturers are not able to.
Apart from that, say inside no.
Okay.
They don't have the skills.
Okay.
Can I say additional SAS you are there to write exams. BCE who could try exam in our JHS, SSS who could try exams in our but that is not education. We need to help our children to
knowledge
learn
impartation.
Exactly. It's not just because of exams. Since me call class first time, I say me, I'm not concerned about your exams. It's not because of your exams that you're here. It's the knowledge and the skills that you need. My skills, they are requiring you to be thinking, to be analyzing. That's why you are here. It's in when you say true and poor. Meaning man notes were class. What be true or notes?
Okay.
I lecture now. I class. I'm now much. Debbie. You should think about it. Go and read. Let's discuss. What do you think? See, the way we are teaching our children, I mean, if I am Miss Ropa, because I'm out there, it's be difficult. About that in this country. We are sitting on a time bomb. Because I mean, it makes me sad. These beautiful, healthy young people are to me express your mom.
Na che say me fa ne say nkwara bremu na okohu wo US na what they compare say na as I had any was richer and better no as tables have changed.
I'm saying the deterioration in education matter say is worldwide.
Okay.
Nkola na oma banana omo open instant easy. And apart from that also the supervision in second cycle and first cycle schools no. And yet maybe sister or school not or a head mistress of a school and the supervision she was giving the teachers to teach you know the children come out very well. But government schools, no, where is the supervision?
That's true.
And the numbers also are increasing in the secondary schools. Wesley girls, me no, the largest class, our year group, we were only 99. The whole year group, and we're 3 classes. So see, I know, I think there were 6 different streams. I don't know the numbers now though, but the numbers have increased. And where they have the facilities increased, have the teachers increased. No. You know, we need to look at it very seriously. That's my biggest challenge. But I enjoy teaching. I enjoy imparting knowledge to my students. That's the part that I've always enjoyed. But I know Nancy heading because who person will trauma the baum person
they are used to the family
because I'm thinking of their future. Not just say obey exam passing. No, there be. We need to look at that very seriously.
Yeah, sure. More time, Amoko school. No, I believe said there was a, I wouldn't say punishment, but I'll call it discipline, caning. Say a mental, maybe a man say, and a pay a mental, so it puts the children on their toes to always learn. But and then those things are not there. Will you say it is part of?
Well, discipline is important, but discipline is not only about cane. You know, because children are all different. Miss they are learning by rote now. You cane too, so and also
okay.
And I think they're still doing that in some schools. And now
Ghana had it's against the law.
But
but I know I will find some people who
but
will
discipline
do it.
Doesn't have to be cane nearby. Me say I don't believe in caning children unless it's really necessary.
Okay.
For example, me say we had a punishment for our children. You go and sit in a naughty chair. You just go and sit. Sorry. It was very effective. No pekra almost no. Into we are paying crana obe fi na wu nim no kotena no teacher on bet stress no teacher. It was very effective. Okay. Yeah, but there was discipline because they knew say you ye boni and wotena ho. So we don't have to use cane. There can be ways of punishing children. You know, but I think discipline is important. Discipline is certainly important. Yeah.
Let's talk about some of your frustrations.
Well, I've mentioned some of the frustrations already, but I mean, working in an environment where you don't have all that you need to work, you know, and also to me, hiding kakra. Yeah, like in these days of digital internet, you know, internet in money, and I can be frustrating. But I think Legon is trying. Okay. They're doing their best to provide the necessary infrastructure. We could do better. Yeah, we could do better.
But your children now, see, how are you able to combine being a wife, being a mother, being a daughter? Because you said your parents are still alive.
That's a good point.
How are you able to combine all this?
It is not easy, but God's grace. And then having a supportive husband. I think my husband is one of my first cheerleaders. Me be a professor, they be a friend me professor. I'm the only one to
Professor ni so wole go na obedu fear.
But he's been very supportive.
Wow.
You know, and I mean, I don't know how I could have done it without his support. I said women who don't have supportive spouses, they may lose their marriages if they want to progress. Because you can't have it both ways sometimes. I know women who have had to give up their profession because now their husbands were not supportive. But by God's grace, I've been very fortunate in that regard. Yeah, and so it's hard work also.
Big salute to Mr. Ben Esiri.
Oh, definitely. yeah. Big salute to him, definitely.
I know you have taught a lot of people.
Yes.
A lot of the people that we see out there as stars. Who are some of the people that? notably
comes into my mind.
Ajete Anan.
Ajete Anan.
Okay.
Nadia Buhari
Okay.
was my student. There's this lady, I've forgotten their name, so Black Beauty. Miwe Finidi. She's also in the movie industry.
Is it
days.
Jackie? Jackie Appiah?
Jackie Appiah, no, it wasn't Jackie Appiah.
Oh, Martha.
Miwe Fiomudi.
It's true.
Omodoso, yeah. So, and our students are not only in the cultural industry. There are many of them working with banks. There are some who are lawyers. They fit into all kinds of things. In fact, just this week, I had a very wonderful encounter with a former student. She's called Angelina. Angelina, I've forgotten her surname just now. But she was telling me that the skills she picked from here, you know, she's transferred it, and she's always amazed, like in her group, when she has to do group work, you know, working with people. Because performance is collaboration. You work with people.
Yeah.
So there are skills she's learned. And she was telling me there was another person she met who was from here, who was ashamed to say she was from here.
Ooh.
Because she didn't know it's like theater, theater now. How? Then she said, but all the skills that you learned here. So she's tried to teach her, to show her that, but you got this here, can't you see? You know, the Honorable Minister, MP, Jifa Gomashi, she was also my student.
Wow.
Yes, Jifa is always saying she got so many skills from here. You know, there are skills but something they don't know. What they are looking for is just the A's and the B's to go. They overlook the skills that they should. Of course, performance there is collaboration. You are working with people. You know, that's one key skill you need out there. You know. So, I mean, it's wonderful to see your former students excel. But I don't know all of them. I don't see all of them. So.
Let's see. Send you okay. Obi ebi awe school. Onya yanko beye. Now oko university ko Dondology. Then also you ade ko university. Ana o say send you say obi kra wie kra no ofere so betumi aka say.
I don't even understand that.
I don't. Maybe I want you to talk to people out there.
Yeah.
You have the passion for this.
Yeah.
Even send your passion, crying be our apply now and no na yet the What do we do?
You should embrace it. You know, me, I don't think anything happens by chance. As I told you, no, if I had known there was a course like this, I would have chosen it myself. But God, who knows, or not that bore me into him say way na meet me into embrace it. You know, it's so sad sometimes. You have people coming here, like there was a medical student who used to come here and perform with us. Why did you choose medicine? I said, my parents didn't want me to do it. Ooh. You see, you're putting a square peg in a round hole. God has given us all different gifts. And say what you are passionate about, what you like, what you're interested in, you should pursue it. And that's when you will excel. You know, when you don't have any passion for what you're doing, you won't excel. You know, or you struggle to excel. Yeah. You know, so parents out there, please allow your children who are interested in the performing arts to do what they want to do. You should, because that is where God has gifted them. And that is where they should be. So many sad tales. You know, I wanted to do this by my parents. Why? Let's learn to accept what God has given each of us. If God has given you an apple and you want a mango and you're always going after that mango, the apple will get spoiled in your hands. You won't use it. And you may not get that mango that you're looking for. Just use that as an analogy. You know, so what God has given us, let's make use of it. You know, and then we would excel. And hard work is always important.
Hard work.
You can't say that, hey, Dondology, here we work very hard. You know, we play hard, but we work hard.
I listened to a joke. I said, or admission, or do or beat whole but drums. They didn't say, then I always see me failing me people are continue revision. So it's as though when you come here, either we are drumming or we are dancing. Is that how it is?
It's all part of it.
Okay.
Of course. We have a Department of Dance Studies. We have music. And music, dance, drumming is part of our musical culture. So you learn how to drum. It's part of it. And you must work hard at it. You can't say it's just drumming. There's a certain art to the drumming. There's a certain science to the drumming. And you have to learn that also.
The rhythms and
The rhythm and everything, yes. And yes, who born keke. Who born keke, it will come out the way you're expecting. You know, so everything has to be done well. The least thing needs a lot of hard work. So,
a lot and a lot and a lot of hard work. Thank you so much, Mommy, for talking to us.
Oh, it's been a pleasure. I've enjoyed talking with you.
I've also enjoyed myself. In fact, meaning a lot of people watching us now have a different perception when it comes to theater arts, and I say arts in general,
the performing
arts, because especially Dondology, the crowd, I'm not going yes, you all going on the course. I do quite one political science, near economics, near the Dondology, but I believe a lot of perceptions have changed by this interview. And then my diligent man had been Professor Awo Mana Esiedu, acting dean of School of Performing Arts. And you know, sister arts and go through the right channel. And School of Performing Arts is the right channel, the place that will groom you to become who you want to be. Maintain your bika. Ghana, how they share Ghana ha. We share ube lawyers, ube doctors, ube actors, any musicians. Now, Ankasa, why your judgment? Thank you so much for making a date with us this week for the Diligent Woman Show. And Leran Collections are all bubuashi ono enopam matare emame mabua nyina omo eboa meme edi dwumedie eba makwemu so na seda ene yede mamomi technical guys. Thank you so much. You guys are so good, always with me. Ivan Sakolache, Francis Gogo, Nana Yao Ode, Munyina Medamo Ase. Me executive producer Elder Dominic Boache entry. If say show no went to me and share in Tema, I repeat, it's on Sunday 4 p.m. So make a date with us. Edino and Sesai Abena Ofabia. Now what you said, you keep watching Kasi TV, the only TV station that changes lives through Christ.